Okay, perfect. So let's go ahead and start with warming up, doing our nice little propellers that we usually do. I'm going to set my little watch even just for this. Um, all right, so feet at a hip distance apart, slight bend to the knees, tilt the pelvic bone forward. Go ahead and start propelling it out. Ooh, man, after all of the workout and the stretching that I've taught and done today, my back still cracks during these propellers. Hence why it's a really good warm up. All right, start swinging out those arms. Start connecting deeper to that breath. And now we're going to start pivoting onto the toes. Beautiful. And then we'll slowly begin to come to stillness. We're going to take a little squat here, and we're going to reach right up and over, come into the right side, dip down and reach over to the left. Dip down, inhale and reach over to the right. Dip down, inhale and reach over to the left. Great job. One more time, we're going to hold for these ones. Dip down, reach over to the right, hold and pause. Maybe take a look at me. You can see I'm pointing the toes, extending the fingers long, feeling the stretch all along the entire side body. Maybe gaze up towards the ceiling and start to send that elbow back just a little bit more, maybe where it tries to line up with the ear. Inhale and reach a little bit more. Exhale, release. Beautiful job. Dip down, reach over to your other side. Hold your grace here. Remember to breathe. Pointing your toes, activating your fingers, really pointing them. Send your gaze up, slide that elbow back just a little bit. Inhale and reach. Exhale, dip down and lower. Great job. We inhale and rise. Let me pin my video real quick so I can make sure you can see me. There we go. All right, so what we're going to start off first is coming into our tabletop and doing some cat-cows. So we're going to take a nice deep breath in, rise the hands. Actually, we're going to do something different, sorry. Rise the hands up high, inhale and reach. Take a moment to relax the shoulders down from the ears, inhale and reach. Great job. Take a nice deep breath in, exhale, open mouth and sigh it out. Inhale, we go to chair pose. We're going to sink the hips down and back. Engage the core, tilt the pelvic bone forward. You immediately feel the lower back releasing. Take a nice deep breath in. Exhale and fold forward. We straighten the legs, hinge at the hips, and reach down towards the earth. Breathing here. We're going to hold for 4 deep breaths. Take a nice deep breath in. Exhale, open mouth and sigh it out. Feel yourself sinking a little bit deeper on every exhale. And every inhale, you're growing the spine long and forward. Every exhale, you're softening the belly and sinking a little bit deeper. Great job. 2 more breaths here. Gaze at your feet, making sure that you're pressing down in all 4 corners. Your toes are light to where you can even slightly lift them up. You're really rooted and grounded down here. On this breath, we exhale. Beautiful. Inhale, we rise up, round the spine, bend the knees first, and roll up, vertebrae by vertebrae. Great job. Inhale, send the hands up high. Exhale out. Relax the shoulders. Inhale, reach, and sink the hips down and back. We come to that chair pose. Tilt the pelvic bone forward. We're going to aim that first here. Engage the core. Take a nice deep breath in. Exhale and fold. Great job. Release everything in the upper body. Surrender the arms, the head, the neck, and the shoulders. Just hang. If you want to take a different pose to this, instead of letting the hands just hang, you can even ragdoll, maybe reaching for the opposite elbows, letting that kind of anchor you down a little bit more. Remember to soften the belly on every exhale, grow the spine long on every inhale. One more good breath here. Beautiful. Release the hands down towards the earth. Inhale, we roll up vertebrae by vertebrae. Deep squat to the knees. Send the hands all the way up, upward salute. Beautiful. Relax the shoulders down the back. Let them melt. Inhale, reach. Exhale, open mouth and sigh it out. Inhale to your chair pose. Sink the hips down and back. This is our last one here. So once again, tuck the tailbone in, pelvic, or engage the core. Send the arms up just a little bit more, and exhale, release and fold forward. Great job. Maybe shake out the legs if your hands are down towards the earth, or even if you have blocks or something in front of you. Just pedal out the legs if you can. If not, just stay in stillness. Maybe if you took ragdoll before, you can turn side to side here. Great job. One more breath. I feel like the 3 breaths that we take, like the first breath, you're kind of getting used to this pose. The second breath, or you're getting adjusted to the pose. The second breath, you're focusing on your alignment. The third breath, you finally got it. The fourth breath, you feel it and you're in it. Inhale, we rise and round the spine all the way up. Hands come up high. Beautiful. Inhale fully. Exhale, swan dive and forward fold. Hinge at the hips, we reach down towards the earth once more. We're gonna plant the palms this time and just step the feet back towards the house. Actually, we're gonna do a down dog. It's just us 2 here. So, or us 3, including me. Let's send the hips back. If you can do a down dog, perfect. If this is a little too challenging for you, take a child's pose where the knees come to the width of the mat and you just kind of sink the hips down and back and extend the arms forward. But if you want to do a full down dog, you're going to send the hips up high and back. Keep a generous bend to the knees. Press down through all 10 fingers, letting them grip your mat. And then the 4 corners of your palm, the pad of your palm is pressed firmly into the earth as well. Beautiful. Relax the head and gaze in between your legs. Shake your head yes, and no, and yes again. Beautiful. We're going to gaze at the middle of our mat and now bring our knees down to the mat. We're going to work on a couple cat-cows here. First, check in with your alignment. The shoulders stacked over the wrists, hips over the knees. Spread your knees a little bit wider here. Grip the mat and we inhale to our cow pose. As we drop the belly, raise the gaze and shine the heart forward, slightly hugging the shoulder blades together. Pausing here, just working on strengthening the spine in this pose. We have a strong spine that protects our lower back as well. Great job. We stay for one more inhale. And then exhale, we're going to round the spine, tuck the chin in towards the chest. Pelvic bone comes in, and we're pushing our mat away through the palms of our hands, allowing ourselves to maybe roll our shoulders forward a little bit more and pressing the back of the heart towards the sky a little bit more. If you want, you can bring movement, maybe sending the hips side to side. This kind of opens up a little bit more space in the side bodies as well. Great job. We stay for one more good breath. And connect breath to movement here as we inhale to our cow pose, dropping the belly, raising our gaze, hugging the shoulder blades together, and exhale to our cat pose, rounding the spine, tucking the chin in, pelvic bone comes in. Inhale to your cow pose. Exhale to cat. Inhale one more time to cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale to your neutral tabletop. Awesome job. So we're going to come into low lunge here. So we're going to send the right leg back, maybe raise it up a little bit more. We're creating a little bit more of like a hip opening here. Take a nice deep breath in, and then exhale. You're going to round the spine just like we did in cat and squeeze the knee in towards the chest. Slide the foot in between the hands. Coming to our low lunge here. If you want to deepen your low lunge, the main thing in your low lunge, you want the knee stacked over the ankle. So you can stay here like this. If you want to deepen that left hip flexor and open it up more, you're going to scoot that bottom knee back a little bit more. Now you see I've kept the alignment in this front leg, and now I'm deeper and closer towards the mat, really opening up that left hip flexor. Breathe into the flexor for a moment. Lunges are balance poses, so if you're this high up, maybe even having blocks here to support you with balance, or maybe finding a non-moving object to focus your gaze on, supporting you with that balance. Great job. Begin to slowly bring your hands down towards the mat. We're going to send the hips back as we straighten the front leg. Send the right hip back, left hip forward. Flex the toes up towards the sky. Gaze down at the mat. Inhale, pull the crown of the head forward. Exhale, lower with a flat back. Beautiful. Inhale, extend the head long. Exhale, deepen, and we round the spine, bringing the nose towards the knee. Send that right hip back and flex the toes a little more. Beautiful. Inhale, release, and return to your low lunge. Inhale, maybe rise the hands up this time. Great job. Exhale, lower. Send the hips back. We're returning to that modified pyramid or half splits. Right hip back, left hip forward. Flex the toes. Inhale, reach. Exhale, sink. 2 breaths here. Inhale, reach. Exhale, round the spine. Nose comes towards the knee. Inhale, return to your low lunge. Swoop those hands up high. Beautiful job. Exhale, last time. Plant the palms, straighten the front leg, send the hips back, right hip back, left hip forward. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, sink. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, deepen and round. Awesome job. Inhale, release. Roll forward to that low lunge. You're going to plant the palms. If you scooted that back knee back to deepen the hip flexor on the left, you're going to scoot it up just a couple inches and then slide that right leg back. Maybe shake it out a bit. Awesome job. All right, right knee returns to the mat. We extend the left leg long. Raise it up a little bit more, create some more space. And then exhale, round the spine like cat. Tuck the knee in towards the chest. Foot lands in between the hands. Beautiful. Just pausing here, checking in with yourself wherever you're at in your lunge. If you want to deepen this lunge, you can scoot the right knee back. Breathing this out. We hold here. Beautiful. And to deepen, we take a moment to find that non-moving object to focus our gaze on, and we rise up. Beautiful. Maybe send the hands up high. Exhale, lower the hands to the mat, straighten the front leg. Left hip comes back, right hip forward. Flex the toes. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, flat back, and we fold. Flex those toes. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, deepen, round the spine. Nose comes towards the knee. Great job. Inhale to release, roll forward, swoop those hands up high, breathe in. Exhale, lower. Plant the hands, send the hips back, straighten the front leg, left hip back, right hip forward. Flex the toes. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, round the spine. Nose comes towards knee. Flex the toes. Great job. Inhale, lengthen. Or inhale, low lunge. Rise the hands up high. This is our last one here. Reach up high. Exhale, lower the hands down to the mat. Straighten the front leg. Left hip back, right hip forward. Flex the toes. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, flat back and fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, round the spine. Nose comes towards the knee. Inhale, low lunge. Beautiful. Rise those hands up high. Exhale, we lower the hands down. If you scooted that right knee back, go ahead and scoot it forward here. We're going to plant the palms onto the earth, send that left leg back, and shake it up. Great job. Let that knee meet the mat here, and just send the hips side to side for this moment. Great job. All right, let's go down onto our backs. We're going to swing the legs out from under us. We're going to work on, so those stretches right there worked on creating space and loosening, stretching out the hip flexors and the hamstrings, and also the psoas muscle. So just by doing those two back-to-back exercises, we were able to target like 3 major muscle groups that surround the low back. So that's really good. I just love doing that one. I've actually been trying to get in a routine of doing that like 8 times, flowing through that 8 times in the morning and then 8 times in the evening, just 8 breaths, that's it. All right, so we're gonna recline all the way down onto our mat. We're gonna bend the knees and bring them towards the chest. Maybe rock side to side, just giving the lower back a little mini massage. Still wanna root the low back and the tailbone down onto the earth. If your tailbone or your low back is like lifted up, then you've brought the knees in towards the chest a little too much, so you can ease up. All right, we're going to send the left leg long onto the mat. Actually, sorry, we're going to place the left foot down onto the mat. Left foot comes down onto the mat. So keep the knee bent and then left foot meets the mat. Cross the right ankle over the left knee. If you're here in your supine pigeon, then maybe even allowing for yourself to push onto the right knee for a little. When you're ready and you want to deepen a little bit more, you're going to inhale and draw the left knee in towards the chest. Take your hands, loop them in towards the little loop that you've created with your legs, and your hands can interlace either behind the thigh, the back of the thigh like this, or they can interlace onto the shin as well. Whatever feels good and comfortable to you. Remember, you still want the tailbone and the low back to be rooted onto the earth. If you're here, take a moment to just breathe into this. This here is stretching our sciatic and also the IT band as well. Maybe inhaling the knee a little closer in towards the chest. Great job. Take a nice deep breath in, and then exhale and lower the left foot down onto the mat. You're going to leave the left foot planted and leave the shoulders planted. The only thing we're going to do is rise the hips up off of the mat and scoot them over towards the right 2 inches. So they come to the right 2 inches and we lower the hips down. Take a nice deep breath in and exhale, slowly lowering the right foot towards the left. So everything drops and melts towards the left. Take your time, very slow movements here. This is a deep, low back twist, but it feels so good. So we gotta take slow, mindful movements into this and slow, mindful breaths while we're in this as well. Anytime we're in a twist, they're very detoxing to the body, mentally, physically, emotionally. So breathe and allow for yourself to maybe release any stagnant energy we have held here in our low back. One more breath here. Awesome job. We inhale to rise. And take your time here. We're going to send the hips to center. Relax the right foot onto the mat. And you're going to cross the left ankle over the right knee. Left ankle over right knee. Pause here. Maybe push onto that left knee a little bit. And when you want to deepen, you take a nice deep breath in, draw the right knee in towards the chest. You can pause here, or if you want, you can interlace the fingers behind the right thigh or shin. It also helps to flex that right foot. Flexing it helps to kind of keep the entire leg engaged and strong, so it protects the low back as well with the movements. Take a nice deep breath in and hug the knee a little closer in towards the chest. Awesome job. We exhale and lower that right foot onto the mat. Foot stays planted, shoulders stay planted. We inhale and rise the hips up, scoot them to the left 2 inches, and lower the hips down. Just pausing here. When you're ready, we take a nice deep breath in, and then exhale, slow, mindful movements as we let everything melt towards the right. Release some open mouth exhales here. They're cleansing breaths. Cleansing your low back and your hip space here of any stagnant pain or tightness or tension that we feel. Take 2 more breaths here, sending a little bit more breath to your low back space. Let it create some energy and some flow there. When you're ready, we inhale to release, take our time, engage the core to rise up. Relax that left foot down onto the mat. And very last thing we do is heel toe the feet to a wide stance. Allow for the feet to come off of the edges of the mat. Take a nice deep breath in and exhale as we lower the knees towards the left. Just let them naturally melt there. Inhale and we rise the knees up. Exhale and lower them towards the right. Beautiful job. Inhale and rise the knees up. We have finished our class. So we slowly make our way to rolling over onto one side, rising ourselves up. I thank you all so much. I did go over a bit, but that's because I just don't want to leave you all. No.